Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all you guys out there. All you folks whose portfolios are bleeding today, mine included, friends, as the altcoins continue to get rocked versus Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, which was looking very strong earlier this morning at the very beginning of the day, is now coming down. Now, there is good cause for this today. We need to talk about it. A lot's going on. There's a lot of breaking news, and the traditional market is something that we do need to pay attention to, because not only is cryptocurrency coming down today, but the S&P 500 is coming down today as well, my friends. And when the S&P 500 is coming down, you know things are painful. We are hearing rumors and more fear, a lot of fear today, about a potential grand recession. But there is some good news. You know, this is bad. That's on the thumbnail, right? What we're seeing right now is bad. And there's a lot of bad things going on. But really, the strategy of the Fed as of late is I need things to get bad before I can make them better. That's essentially what Fed Chair Jerome Powell has been saying for a very long time. And we're now at the point where things are so bad that he's going to actually start to make things better. I'll explain it in this video. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, my friends. It's good to see all of you in the chat today. So let me go ahead and get into it. I've got quite a few different news stories for you, so we will start sharing those with you right now. Smash like. Let's get in, guys. As this morning, you know, people are quiet. People are quiet, and the only noise that I had yesterday in my stream was the most bearish noise I've heard in a while. And, you know, I've been watching some other YouTubers and crypto folks that, you know, keep people updated on these markets. A lot of people have a tremendous amount of bears in the chat. Why? Well, because people like to jump on board the trend. And the trend has kind of been to the down since the highs. I mean, it really has not been crashing a tremendous amount. Bitcoin, we're at $63,000, which is lower than $73,000. But much, much higher than $15,000. And then we have, you know, the most bullish stories that you've ever imagined, you know, in crypto that came out this year. These are all great things. And people are bearish, which is shocking to me. I just don't quite understand how people could be so bearish right now. Had to fix something real quick. But there is some more downside. So, I mean, like, I get that, but, you know, some folks out there saying that it's over, some folks questioning if there's ever going to be an altcoin season again. I mean, look, in cryptocurrency, there's a ton of uncertainties, but historically, we've always seen new all-time highs. Altcoins always perform better than Bitcoin post halving, you know, before the end of the bear market, at least. And we haven't even seen that moment yet, right? A lot of altcoins are down 50 to 70% from the March price levels. If you guys haven't noticed, you know, here's a couple more that are down today. There's Ondo. A lot of people have been a fan of Ondo, down 10%, down 16% over the last 7 days. Arweave down 10%, down 20% over the last 7 days. Look at all these coins, guys. All your favorite coins are down. Caspa's down 7.44% today. That's a big dip for Caspa. Ordi also down even more so. This thing at one point was up to $70. I actually sold the highs on Ordi token. Moved that profit into the Stacks ecosystem. Made some good money in there. And now that ecosystem is bleeding as well. Altcoins are bleeding right now, guys. Altcoins are bleeding, which is why it's cool to take profit along the way, my friends. But as you'll see, you know, just look at the last 7 days. Look at how bloody this is. Look at this. 29%, 27%, 26%, 24%. A lot of these things are way, way, way down. And then obviously today, there's a lot of big losers. There's like 3 coins that are green today. Monero is one of them for some reason. But the markets are bleeding. There's a lot of pain right now, guys. So what is going on? Why is all this pain happening? And by the way, this fear and greed index is going to come lower. More buying opportunities. More buying opportunities coming up. The fear today is happening because of this. Jobs report. This was big news, guys. Employers added 114,000 jobs in July as unemployment jumped to 4.3%. Now, a couple things to note on this. 114,000, that sounds like a big number. But when the economists were projecting that we were going to get 175,000 jobs, that is way below expectations. That is scaring people into believing that there could be a recession going on, right? This is a lot of pain. Now, we watched the FOMC meeting live on stream with you guys the other day. And one thing that Fed Chair Jerome Powell said is, and he always says it, right? We need to see the data. I need to see the data. I need to see the data. Well, what data was he looking for? This is the data he was looking for. He was looking for max pain. He was looking for more pain, believe it or not. That's his job, to look for more pain in the economy, because if inflation's coming down and we're seeing pain, then eventually he can start pivoting. That's in a nutshell what's going on here. And so now things are so bad and inflation is getting better, allegedly, though our grocery bills are still through the roof. He can now start pivoting, and he can now start cutting rates. So, 175,000 jobs was the projection. 114 is what came in. Fed Chair Jerome Powell needs to cut rates. He needs to cut rates bad, and he's going to. Next FOMC meeting, he's going to have to. And if he doesn't, then he made a big mistake. And so far, he's doing all right. They've gotten us back down close to 2%. The biggest problem is that we printed money. That was the big issue. But in terms of resolving the problems, we are on our way back down, though, Americans are suffering. 114,000 jobs versus 175,000. Unemployment also jumped to 4.3%. We rose from 4.1% to 4.3%, the highest since October of 2021. The rise, along with the pullback in payroll gains and slowing wage, bolsters the Federal Reserve's case for cutting interest rates in September. So we are going to get a cut in September. And now at this point, guys, there's a good chance, I think, that we could get a half a basis point cut. That's why there's about a 20% chance on the Fed Watch tool. If you look at the CME probabilities calculator for the next FOMC meeting, the odds right now are saying that it is probably going to be, it's definitely a 0.25% cut, but could certainly be a 0.5%. And if we get that 0.5%, that can start allowing people to refinance and get some extra liquidity, right? If your rates are, you can go refinance and borrow more money out, then you can make more money in the market, right? So that's what a lot of big money is waiting for, and we're just not there yet. Shout out to BSS. Shout out to Waldo Crypto in the chat. Welcome, my friends. If you guys are watching on Twitter, go ahead and retweet the stream if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button, retweet the stream, and check it out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. So, but this is the big story of the day, guys, is this jobs is crushing not only crypto, but it's the big headline. Stocks tank after jobs report. Look at the S&P 500 right now, down 2.5%. The Dow is down 2.3%. The NASDAQ is down 3% today. The Russell down 4% today. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. And if you look at what's going on with the S&P 500, look at this, guys. Look at this crash for the S&P 500. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Let me show you on the weekly time frame. This is a big deal, guys. That's a big crash. That is a brutal 3 weeks for the S&P 500. Now, recently we took new all-time highs. We did. It's been a decent 2023 into 2024 so far. We started, really at the end of 2023, just alongside with the Bitcoin bull market. We had an S&P bull market as well. Unfortunately, the S&P 500 is getting rocked right now. And if the S&P 500 is getting rocked, well, hopefully there can be a recovery soon, because I don't believe that we're going into a mass economic recession. I think this is just fear. I think the markets are saying, hey, Fed Chair Jerome Powell should have cut rates. He didn't. Bah. and then they're just like crying and selling all their bags. That's just what's going on. Everybody's like, he didn't cut the rates, and boom, and now the data's terrible, and everybody's panicking right now. These are good dips to buy, in my opinion, in the traditional market and in the crypto market. Could we come lower? Yes, we could. But I'd rather buy at lows than at highs. And then if it dips lower, you buy more. Whereas if you're just buying at the peak and then it keeps going up and you keep buying more, eventually you're going to have a come down. We're having a come down right now, guys. You buy when there's blood in the streets. Historically make the most gains, whether you're talking about the traditional market or the crypto market. And even though Coinbase posted third consecutive quarterly profits, its stock is coming down today as well. And that is simply because the S&P 500 is crumbling, as is Bitcoin, which right now is even lower, probably. Let's see what we got. $63,300. Let's refresh that real quick. See if we got that still. 62.7. And we're coming lower. Wow. Wow. Everybody's quiet today. There's nobody in the chat. Nobody's trying to watch the markets today. Everybody's going and trying to touch grass because nobody likes this pain. These are painful days. You know, let's look at this, guys. Let's look at the liquidations. Let's look at the damage. How did it go over the last 24 hours? It's been rough. If you can see here, you'll see, you know, almost $300 million in liquidations on the 31st. Yesterday was another massive day of liquidations. And today, again, likely going to be another massive day of liquidations, because if you look at the Bitcoin prices, if I can just find the charts, there we go. Guys, yesterday, Bitcoin closed green, which is crazy. But man, look at this giant red candle today. This is a big red candle. We're probably coming down to the $60,000 level, guys. This is kind of this little white line. I changed up some of the colors here for you guys to make it a little easier to follow, hopefully. But anyway, I mean, you know, you could see something like this. I don't exactly know how it's going to play out, but I just do these little fun predictions because this is kind of what you see, right? I mean, and that's what you got going on right here. It could keep going. This could happen all the way until November, which would work out, believe it or not. You know, if you're bullish, and by the way, just FYI, altcoins right now at the very bottom of their range. You're going to want altcoins to hang on here, guys. The total market cap, excuse me, if the total market cap doesn't hang on there, there's a chance, guys. There is a chance that we get a dip much lower, and the entire total crypto market cap could come down as much as 26% more, maybe down to these levels. I don't exactly know where it's going to land in here, but maybe somewhere right about here would make a little bit of sense to me. Something right about there. Yeah. So, I mean, here we are, and this wedge isn't great. It was kind of invalidated, and so what this could be, instead of, you know, that being the trend, it could be something like this. I've seen some people drawing like this, right? Where maybe we come down to somewhere in this band. I don't exactly know how it's going to shake out. I can't predict the future, but what we can do is try to, and just kind of try to look at some of the technicals and see what it's hinting at. Also, you know, if you do measure the breakdown there, this kind of measures out pretty well. So honestly, let's do that. Let's use the wedge. Let's use the wedge, which was invalidated and hinting that we're going to have a breakdown. We could see that. We could say that. I hope Bitcoin just takes a bounce here. If Bitcoin doesn't take a bounce here, you know, I would liken in Bitcoin charts this right there, okay, to this right here, okay? And so if Bitcoin comes down to this level, if Bitcoin comes down to these levels, then we could see the total market cap dip down to these levels as well. Which is painful, which is very painful, guys. Very painful. That would be a 28% crash for the total market cap of crypto. For Bitcoin, that would only be a 16% crash. Now, we talk about something a lot on this channel. It's Bitcoin dominance, okay? Bitcoin dominance is very important. Right now, 55% Bitcoin dominance, if you can see at the top of my screen. What that means is 55% of all the money that's invested in the crypto markets is invested into Bitcoin specifically. And this number has been climbing. This number has been climbing a lot. And Benjamin Cohen, who had a wonderful party in Nashville, Tennessee, which unfortunately we weren't able to make it to. We were out of town. We didn't even get the invite anyway. We're not there yet. But, one day we'll meet you up there, Ben. He is a fantastic crypto YouTuber, and he's been talking a lot about altcoins versus Bitcoin. Unfortunately, he's a big altcoin bear, but for good reason, right? He measures Bitcoin dominance, and he looks at some of the economic data and what it means for altcoins versus Bitcoin. And I want to talk a little bit about that because it's very significant. He's making a case right now, and as you can see by this chart, my friends, it's time. What he's saying is that altcoin pairs are going to have a final and bloody breakdown versus BTC, just as we did in 2021 before we get the massive altcoin season that you're looking for. So if you're waiting for an altcoin season to blast off, this green line here, this is when we all made all the money on the altcoins last time. Well, in order for that green line to happen, he's saying, hey, we need Bitcoin to increase in dominance. We need more of the money in the crypto market to flow into Bitcoin. And we need the Bitcoin versus altcoin pairings chart to crash down, hit its lows, and then have a bounce. And in this time, we're going to have the Fed pivot, and all of a sudden, boom, things are going to be better. And then we're going to start moving up into 2025 would be the argument that he's making for the altcoin versus Bitcoin pairings. And it is looking like that is the case. So that is Bitcoin dominance in a nutshell. Bitcoin versus altcoins, guys, it's very important. Altcoins are getting crushed right now, but at some point, I believe that they're going to perform versus Bitcoin once again. And so I'm ready for that. I've got my altcoin positions. In the meantime, you hopefully took some profit. And if you've got bags right now, you're ready to hold through the pain. If there's pain still coming, there could be pain still coming. And hopefully you've got the courage to DCA in when the fear and greed index continues to go lower. Because if you're buying in a bear market or you're buying when there's blood in the streets before a big move to the upside, you're going to make the most gains. If you buy in at a lower price, you make more money when the prices go up. Simple. Very simple. Speaking of which, there is another way to make money in crypto. These Lumia hypernodes. I've done some videos for you guys on these. Right now, Black Sea, my partner and I, we're making $200 a day with 10 Lumia nodes. You can make $20 a day, I think, maybe $10 to $20. I don't exactly know what the math is, but it's about 10 to 20 bucks right now. If you get a node for yourself, I actually pinned a link to buy nodes in the comments section of this video. But we're making nice passive income with these things right now. And the prices are going up as they continue to sell out. And they'll continue to sell. As they continue to sell, the prices will continue to go up because it's like each 100 that are sold, the price goes up by like $5 or something like that. So check it out if you haven't done so already. You might need a VPN to do it. But, it's something. It's something, guys. Anyway, you got Bitcoin slipping today. We talked a little bit about why. Let's talk about some bullish things, guys. Mt. Gox, everybody's been fearful of that. Bitcoin price shrugs off latest $2 billion in Mt. Gox transfers. We are getting close to the end of the distribution of these Mt. Gox funds, which is great because this has been going on and on and on forever and caused a lot of crashes in this market. So Mt. Gox losing all their Bitcoin, distributing all their Bitcoin, finally getting that out of the way so we can move. Think about Germany, right? Germany sold $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. And if you looked at the Bitcoin price, this is when Germany sold their Bitcoin. Then they were out of Bitcoin. What happened to Bitcoin? Bitcoin went up again. And then the Mt. Gox fear came back. And the Fed spoke. And the jobs reports are terrible. And the S&P is coming down. So we're coming down right now. And there's more Mt. Gox fear. But once Mt. Gox is out of Bitcoin, then they can't sell anymore. And so that is super great to see. Breaking news. Ethereum is right now below $3,000. That's big. That's a big drop for Ethereum, guys. I had a chart drawn out for this, that this could happen. I didn't want to see it happen, but I told you guys that it could. At one point, I told you guys that Bitcoin could come back down to $60,000. It can. It could even come down to 52K. And that's how we'd see that move for the total market cap breaking down here as well. But hopefully we don't go there. Hopefully we do not go there. I am hopeful. I'm hopeful because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see more pain. Though we are going to get more discounts. And we do like the discounts. But everything's crashing right now. Solana's back down to 150. You got Caspa coming back down to the range. You got XRP absolutely getting crushed right now. I actually predicted that there would be a good short opportunity on XRP recently. If you guys saw my video on that, that's playing out well. Stacks coming down big time. It hurts. I just bought a lot of stacks at like $1.90. Boom, down to $1.50. That's a bummer. But you know what? I still believe this total crypto market cap, my friends. I am not going to quit in this bull market. I'm not going to call it a bear market at all. Not even close. Not even going to think about it until we see the total market cap broken for cryptocurrency past $3 trillion. And we haven't even, I mean, we've come kind of close, but we are still quite a ways away. We're still like $200 billion away. We're going to see Bitcoin touch down to 60,000 probably. Hopefully we hold. And hopefully we get a bounce. And then we get some bullish continuation. I'm hopeful. But it could be a while, guys. It could be a while before we get the altcoin season. The fall typically is bullish for crypto. What we could have right now is max pain coming right now in the altcoins. We could have that happening. And that would make sense with the timing in this market. Bitcoin dominance climbs up. Max pain for altcoins happens. Everything comes way, way down. And then it like bottoms. Let's just pretend it bottoms even into September. And then at the end of September or beginning of November, or excuse me, in the beginning of October even, I think October, November, December should be bullish, hopefully. Then we could resume our bullish continuation, which is really just at that point going to be a recovery. And, when are we going to have the new highs? Originally, I was thinking, man, this bull market was ahead of schedule. We hit this thing back in March. The Bitcoin halving wasn't even till April, so we were 1 month ahead of the Bitcoin halving. Typically, Bitcoin has never topped off ahead of a Bitcoin halving, always afterwards. So we were thinking, okay, maybe the bull market's going to happen a lot faster, and we're way ahead of schedule. But then we started consolidating, and the longer we consolidated here, the more we have an opportunity to have a more regular time frame for a bull market, right? Each bull market has lasted about 1,000 days, my friends, about 1,000 days. And it's very, very simple to track that. We've done it a bunch here on the channel, but I'm going to share it with you guys one more time again today because it's very important. Man, that actually looks like that could be a good prediction. Those little white squigglies, man, that looks like a real chart right there. But you can just see, from the bottom to the top, 1,071 days. From the bottom to the top, boom, 1,064 days. That is what we've always seen. Could this really be the bull market where that changes? I doubt it. I doubt it, which is why, I come out here, I do a live stream, and I tell you guys that I'm bullish. I know that a lot of people are bearish right now. But shout out to Washo saying, hey, we will see a bull market in January 2025. I think so. I think we're going to coil up, and in January, we're going to be back off to the races. That could prove to start flipping to the upside in October, November, December. We'll have to see how it shakes out, my friends. We'll have to see how it shakes out. But those are the thoughts on the day. Jobs data is looking bad. I think we're going to get a Fed rate cut. Eventually, that Fed rate cut is going to prove to be bullish in the long term for crypto. So stay ready for it, guys. Stay ready for it. $62,000 Bitcoin today. Not what you like to see, my friends. Not what you like to see at all. Probably looking like it even wants to move lower. Look at this thing. Whoa, my friends. Whoa. And let's just see what the S&P 500 is doing right now because it's looking nasty. let's pull that back up. I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. The Russell's down 4%. That's huge. I'm going to look at this chart. Whew. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, on the weekly time frame, that's a big weekly candle. That's a big red weekly candle, my friends. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. This market is tanking right now. Look at that. That S&P chart, man, I will tell you, that is wild to see that thing come down so much. That is wild to see that. So this is the story, guys. Read it and weep. No, it's okay, guys. Look, this is one of those reminders that it's not easy. Markets aren't easy, and they test your emotions. I like to buy when there's blood in the streets. Things eventually will turn the other way. Even if we have a recession, eventually we will come out of it. I don't think we're going to have a recession. I think the Fed is going to pivot soon, do a big rate cut, and we're all going to be happy-go-lucky again around a presidential election, around the rate cuts, and a Bitcoin bull market that's probably going to start off here at any moment, relatively speaking. In the next few months, we should begin going up again. It could happen at any moment. We could get a bounce off 60K and take new highs. Don't think for a second that I don't think that's possible. I'm a perma bull, okay, guys? There's bear markets. When we're in a bear market, I will not be a perma bull. But in a bull market, I'm going to remain a perma bull because I believe there are tremendous opportunities to be made in this market. Tremendous opportunities to make a ton of money in this market. And these dips, I mean, again, 31% of the last 7 days. 27% of the last 7 days. Look at the opportunities here. There could be some more downside. Be careful. This is real. Be aware of it. But DCA, HODL, do your own research, my friends. Hang in there. Touch some grass. This weekend is my wife and I's first wedding anniversary. So we're going to enjoy a magic show and some wonderful dinner tonight. So I'm going to be touching grass with my wife, just enjoying life a little bit. That's all I have for you guys in this one today. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. If you like the content, smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a retweet on Twitter if you haven't done so already, guys. Until next time, hang in there. See you next time, y'all. Peace.